Hello friends, welcome to Shiksharthi. In this video, we shall be discussing the basics and concepts of circular motion under the head of time, distance and speed. So let's start. Now, as you would have seen in my earlier video, wherein we talked about one of the discussions, and the discussion was we had talked about if there are two objects moving in the same direction in a circular motion. Now in this video we'll be talking about there are two objects moving in, or let's say there are two objects or two entities moving in the opposite direction to each other, and then we would talk about three things. Those three things are when they are doing this, when they are doing what? When there are two objects, let's say A and B, such that they are moving in opposite directions. Let's say this is the direction for A and this is the direction for B. In that case, when would they meet at the starting point? When would they meet at a point which is other than the starting point? And to start off the discussion, we would start off with meeting at any point on the track, which takes care of the starting point also and a point other than the starting point, because in this case we are talking holistically at which points on the circle will they be meeting, on the circular track, where would they be meeting with each other. Okay, so let's start. Now we are borrowing the same set of values. The same set of values here is the length of the circular track. So we are talking about the circumference, which is 1000 meters. The speed of A is 6 meters per second. Speed of B is 2 meters per second. Now when there are two objects moving in the opposite direction, what do? We add their velocities or we add their speeds. So in this case, we add them up to what? So after we would have taken their simplest ratio, because the simplest ratio of their speeds is 3:1. So it is then that we add these two together and this comes out to be 4 units. The moment this comes out to be 4 units, in that case, what you are gonna do here is you will divide this circle into 4 congruent parts. So let's say this is the starting point, this is one of the parts. Divide the circle into 4 congruent parts. Now when we say divide the circle into 4 congruent parts, what do I mean to say basically is all these parts. For example, if I take this as X, let me take this as S, W, X, Y. So when we talk about the length of the arc, SW should be equal to length of the arc WX, should be equal to the length of the arc XY, should be finally equal to the length of the arc YS, is what I intend to say. Now, so let's start off the discussion with meeting at any point on the track. And M1 here refers to meeting for the very first time when they are moving in opposite directions. So now when they are moving in opposite directions, and once we know that for every 3 units, for every 3 parts or 3 units of rounds or 3 units of the distance or 3 units of the speed, 1 unit will be covered by B. So if I forget the entire discussion, discussing this, and if I just want to play a game here, it is just like saying 1, 2, 3. This is the first time when they would meet. So first time of meeting would be from this side 3 parts. From the side of B it will be 1 part, and from the side of A it will be 3 parts, either of the distance or of the time. Right? When is the next time that they are going to meet? So let's say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the second time when they would meet at this point. Second time. 1, 2, 3. This is the third time that they are going to meet here. Then 1, 2, 3. So this becomes the 4th time. Right? Then 1, 2, 3. This becomes the 5th time. And so on. So you will see that there is a difference of 4 units here. So which makes me come down to the fact that I talked about that even arithmetic series, equation, coordinate geometry, other topics of arithmetic are equally important here. So now we can extrapolate this, and I can say that this would be the 8th point, the 8th time when they would be meeting each other. 3rd time, 7th time, and so on, they'll be meeting at this point. 2nd time, 6th time, and so on. The 10th time they'll be meeting at this point. Now when I say they'll be meeting at this point, this is a point X which is diametrically opposite to S. Or you can say this is half the distance from A and another half. Let's say another from B side also, this is half. But if I say this point, this is 1/4 from A, but I mean this is 1/4 from A's side and 3/4 from B's side, and so on. So this is just indicative of they'll be meeting at 4 different points on a circle, which on the circular track, and this would be the time, the first time when they meet, the second time when they meet, the third time when they meet, and so on. Now let us see the first time when they are meeting, what is the distance that will be traveled by them individually. So for this we need to come back here, and when we see this, we see that meeting at any point on the track, meeting is basically dependent on the theory of relativity, because we are discussing all these concepts with the help of ratio, proportion and theory of relativity. So now, what is the relative distance of separation between them? So let's say the relative distance of separation between them is 1000. Now, assuming their lengths to be negligible, and their relative velocity, we add them up and then we say that they would meet for the first time after 125 seconds. For the second time after 250 seconds, for the third time after 375 seconds, for the fourth time, let's say M4 is the meeting time or the meeting place. This is the fourth time they are meeting at this place. Will be how much? You add another, so which becomes 500 seconds. And we know that the fourth time when they are meeting, that will be at the starting point only, which is this. So before I go ahead with this discussion, this gives me a fair enough idea. When it comes to meeting of 2 or more runners, when they are running or walking on a circular track, at the starting point, that has nothing to do with their direction of motion. I repeat, when there are 2 or more runners, when they are running a circular race around a circular track or on a circular track, then if they have to meet at the starting point, now the starting point meeting would be the same when they are moving in the same direction or when they are moving in opposite directions. It has nothing to do with in which direction are they moving, and that will always be, you'll be using this LCM concept, or you can use this concept. You can use either of the two. This becomes a broader concept which will be applicable to any point of meeting, and this becomes a specific concept wherein you're talking about meeting only at the starting point. So can I say that whether to A and B were moving in the same direction or they were moving in opposite direction, if they have to meet at the starting point, that will always be the LCM of their individual time taken to run the entire round once. That's correct. So after every 500 seconds, they'll be meeting at the starting point only, which is just like saying 500 seconds, 1000 seconds, 1500 seconds, whenever somebody gives to you, that has to be understood as that they'll be meeting at the starting point only. Okay. Now, what is the distance traveled by A when they were meeting for the very first time? So which is just like saying 125, I multiply with this and I get it as how much? 750 meters, which is just like saying 3/4 of the circle. And here so they're meeting after 125 seconds, right? Okay. Now the point to understand here is we have to multiply this with 2, because incidentally I took this value as 4, but I should have taken this as 2. So now when I see this, now how much is 2 into 125? 250 meters. Now when this adds up, it should add up to a 1000 meter. Of course it should, right? So now can I say that they'll be meeting at any point on the track that will be after every 125 seconds? So the nth time when they are meeting on this track will be after how many seconds? It will be 125 into n. This is what you need to understand from here, right? Okay, taking this discussion forward finally, and we already know now how they would be meeting each other. So can I put it like this now if I have to discuss this? So let's say first time of meeting, second time they are meeting, third time when they are meeting, fourth time, fifth time, sixth, seventh and eighth. So can I say this will be after first time after 125 seconds. Second time after 250 seconds. Third time after 375 seconds. Fourth time after 500 seconds, which is nothing but the starting point. Fifth time after 625 seconds. Sixth time after 750 seconds. Seventh time 875 seconds. Eighth time. So now talking about all of these, so let's say the fourth time or the eighth time, this always would be what? A multiple of 500. And all other points, so if I talk about this point, first, second, third, fifth, sixth, seventh, all of these would be all those points wherein these people would be meeting each other, which will be other than the starting points, which will not be multiples of 500. And then you can always calculate the number of rounds that they would have taken in those many seconds. Okay, so now in 125 seconds, now I know in 125 seconds, how many rounds would A take, given that one round is taken by A in how many seconds? So one round is taken by A in how many seconds? These many seconds? Because A runs one full round in how many seconds? As we have calculated this. So now if A has to run how many rounds? If A has to run 125 seconds, let's say. So how many rounds would be taken by A in 125 seconds, which you can always get it from here. And the same thing you can talk about B. For example, you can say B takes 500 seconds to run one full round. So in 125 seconds, B would take how many rounds? 1/4 of a round. So if B is taking 1/4 of a round, so in that case, how many rounds would A take? Given the fact that the ratio is 3:1. So everything is interconnected. So for example, if I take this as 1/4, I'll be forced to take this as 3/4 only. So then you can get the number of rounds also being run by both of them individually. I hope you would have got enough insight on this. And if you really feel that this video was informative and knowledgeable, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you have already done so, click on the bell icon and select all so that you get regular updates from us. Thank you so much. Until next we meet, goodbye.